Okay. Please rest well, Heavy. Thank you for the subscription off screen as well. And thank you for the resub for Aries. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Mutant Tepe. Let me see. Let me play some music.
Hoi!
Hello, Lucario J. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and
Hoi!
a good New Year. Hello, Daniel. Welcome, welcome. $30. Yeah, there are lots of Grovyle. This is the second one, actually. I don't think there are any more after this. Hopefully I didn't get too rusty after not having streamed for so long. Hello Max, welcome, welcome. The 30,000 one? Yeah, I still haven't drawn a Jotic for Mutant Epic. But once I have time, I guess. I have to catch up with all these like commission works first. Hello Bastel, welcome, welcome. Just gonna be chilling with all these lo-fi music, I guess, tonight. Yes, epic looking Grovyle. What have you guys been up to for Christmas and possibly New Year later? I mostly was hanging out with my family, and then the day before I was actually out at a picnic with some friends, and I ended up like getting sunburned. I forgot to put on sunscreen. Like it was overcast and we were like in a rush to get out, so we forgot to put on sunscreen. And like since it's like super cloudy and we barely saw any sun, we thought it would be okay. But then like after that, uh, like during the night, the shoulder part starts like hurting a little bit. And then it's like all red and stuff. I'm like, oh no, we have to put on cream now. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Been a family, drawing a lot, and then someday job work. Okay, I see. I can only say I was happy I didn't work Christmas Eve, and I'm not working New Year's Eve either. Okay. I mean, those aren't the worst time. Usually, it's like if especially if you're doing retails, then Boxing Day is probably the worst. Hello, Minrara. Welcome, welcome. Move, move. Work at a restaurant. Ah, I see. If it's a restaurant, then usually, like, yeah, it's on the day that it will be super busy. Actually, no, maybe not. Like some people prefer to cook during the holidays, so you probably will see less business during the holiday times. Hello, Tetra Trooper. Mother's Day, Mother's Day, and Valentine's Day are the busiest for me. Right. Not Father's Day. Okay. People just don't really like their fathers. Are you guys excited for 2024? It's coming in 2 days. We always kind of like look forward to the next year because like the current year is like a disaster and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like it's just gonna be like it's still
Hoi!
gonna be very bad. Hoi! I feel like these few years have just been a blur to me. I don't remember much happening at all. Like we have the Miss Rona going around, and a lot of people who are just like trapped indoors. So also like make us think like time just moves slower. It's basically like the blip in the Marvel universe. Do I just do Pokemon? No, I do furry stuff as well. But it's like all of these are just commissions right now, so that's why I do not have a say on the topic, I guess. But yeah, most of them are Pokemon because I guess people know me by Pokemon stuff. But yeah, here's a furry one.
Hoi!
Oi. Alarm? Hello, alarm broke. Did you see your Lucario boy? Where is it? This one? or is oh no. Yeah, probably this one. Or is it this one? I don't know. Oh, did I change my title? Actually, let me just change it maybe. Nah, 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 nah. Hey. First one with all the aura balls. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, the Bakugo one. I might be able to work on it later. Let's see how I go with these commissions. Why do we have this lo-fi version of da 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 dee da boo da? Where is the back going? Wait, did I draw it wrong? Let's see, so it should go, okay, so it should be over this shoulder anyway. Somewhere here. This one might be a little wrong. It should go here. You like Sobble more? I mean, with the increasing list of starters, I guess the chance of getting whatever you really want is quite low. Actually, before this stream, I was actually doing some shiny hunting. And I got a shiny Chimchar, I think. And then I moved on to do some Snivy one in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Uh, I was popping like a sandwich with an outbreak going on, and I only found one Snivy, so I just reset it. Maybe I'll just like go ahead and like grind for more later. It's like I'm doing like a shiny living dex, so I need like 3 copies of shiny Snivies. It's gonna be a while. You love Italian? Oh, that's not a very common verdict. A lot of people don't like Italian because if it's like a super lanky human-like body, I guess. I didn't, I didn't know that would be possible. You mean? I don't know. It's just like the usual Pokemon fandom. They don't really like Italian. Then again, I think like a lot of them don't like the Gen 8 starters in general. What they evolve into, because like they're um in a quote like too human. I think Gen 8 are fine. Gen 9 starters not so much. I think they all have their kind of own sort of charm. Even though like I can't say that I love all of them, but I can appreciate them, I guess. I don't know. I don't see some of the appeals though. Like for example, I don't know why. What's his face? Skullet. Scarlet Dirge is kind of like a clown opera singer, but I don't know, like the fire at the back of its head is just it just weirds me out. It looks like the it clown, and then combined with the crocodile. I just don't understand the appeal of that. But Coco is cute. Hello, Kami. Welcome, welcome. The other two I cannot understand more. Like Meowscarada, I can see is quite. It could be the most popular one, um, like the fully evolved form, because it has the usual, the most successful recipe for a popular furry character. It has a nice proportion, I guess a little bit of a cool vibe, and the color is quite nice too. So yeah, but the other two not so much. Grovyle, a lot of people say he's like he just looks too gay, which I agree. I think he would be more suitable for something like a Brazil region. I don't know. It's just probably be it's gonna be more on theme. Masquerade, in my opinion, got popular because people say he's the weak cat. Right. It's also that. But you can say that for a lot of like different startup Pokemon. Or grass startup Pokemon. I guess also Masquerade got a lot of success because it's in more games. So for example, what's that game called? Pokemon Unite. Yeah, Masquerade is also in it, so I guess that's why it sees more popularity. Sometimes like a spin-off game can do a Pokemon a lot of justice. For example, Incineroar in Smash. Um, a lot of people hated Incineroar when it was introduced. I guess like people just had the expectation that it's gonna stay on all four, and then it became like it stood on two legs anyway, and also people like was speculating that it's going to be another firefighting, which fortunately it didn't turn out that way, but still people it didn't stop people from hating on it. But then it got released on Smash, and Smash actually gave him a lot of personality, and it kind of like changed the community's stands on Incineroar. People liked him now. I didn't play Pokemon Unite, but I guess it could be a similar case. But in that, like, I don't think people hate Masquerada as much as they hated Incineroar back then. Coincidentally, both of them are as well. Incineroar is pretty good on Smash. I remember someone reacted to a new character on Smash and he thought it was Mewtwo making a comeback, but they reviewed Greninja. The reactor was mad as hell. Well, Mewtwo came back anyway. Oh, did you mean like in Smash 4? Was Mewtwo in Smash 4? I don't remember. What I really miss is in Smash 4. is like the Smash Run though, or like something like a such face. I don't like the story mode in Smash Ultimate. I heard it's impossible to look up while sticking your tongue out. What do you mean, Ted? Is this like a bait for those like when you say this, like a lot of people will start doing it to prove like to either prove that you're wrong or like to test it out. Let me see. Oh, I don't really like how the chat looks right now. I might have to change it back actually. I think it's this one. Alright, let's go with that. Do you have to have the name in PokeCatch or say it? No, you just have to go exclamation PokeCatch. But you can choose different Pokeballs. And you can buy them as well in the shop. So if you want to, like, let's say use an Ultra Ball to catch that Clefable, you can just like exclamation mark PokeCatch and then space Ultra Ball. And then you use the Ultra Ball. Galakasona is cute. Oh, thank you, thank you. I might like change the portrait a little bit so that I'm not like always just holding a pen. Maybe just like a casual pose, just like sitting down and trying to talk or something. Hello, Fly Tomo. Welcome, welcome. Hope you have a very happy holidays. I guess. Not sure if you celebrate Christmas or not. Did you ever build a high or real great Gundam? I don't think so. I used to like play with those the smaller ones. The what do you call them? Like the chibi form of Gundam, but never a high grade one. How about if you had your Sona in the pose like Nick Sharke? Who is that? I'm not quite sure. I'm not familiar with that person. I do. I need it was comfy. Oh, that's good. He's a game streamer and his character is sitting in a chair with a mouse and keyboard in front of him. Yeah, probably. Something like that would be cool. I could all like I was actually thinking of like adding uh like a Christmas hat on my Sona right now as well, like for the Christmas. But then I guess like I thought that I would be busy with Christmas because I have to hang out with family, but I didn't expect that I would be this busy because like yeah I didn't get to uh stream at all for almost a week, so it didn't end up happening. But I guess like in the future I can probably also design some clothing items or like something like that. I don't know, like for different festivities or something like that for the Sona, or perhaps even different Sonas. Super deformed Gundams. Okay. Freedom Gundam, is that the one with the wings? I don't know. I'm not very familiar with Gundams. The ones that have like a big wings, they usually fascinate me.
Hoi!
I quite like them, but uh, it's just never a hobby of mine because like uh, not only do you have to build them, but you also need some sort of cabinet to store them, and I just don't have that kind of space in my room. Hello, Aaron. Welcome, welcome. And also in Australia, especially, I don't know why, but um, maybe it's also like just a Melbourne thing, but I don't know. But here, things get dusty super quickly. Like for example, I would be playing my Switch, right, and then I will leave it on my table and charge it, and the next morning there will be like a thin layer of dust on it already. And my room is kind of clean. I don't say like I clean it too often, but it's not dusty per se, and I don't even have my windows open. But still, like it's a lot of dust. I don't know why. Yeah, and that's why like I don't think I can have like that sort of Gundam models sitting around unless I purchase specifically like a glass cabinet, like one of those like super tall one that with like lights shining down or something. But that would be too much of an investment. Like because like you have to think, if you buy that sort of cabinet, it will come in like multiple shelves. That means you also have to buy multiple Gundams to fill that space. Okay, this part is done. This layer is here, fill and everything. When I pick this kind of like lo-fi play song list, I didn't expect a lot of them would just be like a lo-fi version of some pop songs. Watching your stream always makes me want to draw too. Uh, I guess that's a good thing. It's definitely not a bad thing. Why not go draw? You haven't had too much motivation lately. Why so? I know I'm currently drawing while watching. Oh, okay, that's nice. I guess like if that's the case, then I should stream more, so that more people can get up off of their like some sort of art block or whatever. We can all draw together. I do wonder though, like, cause there are different sorts of like streams out there where people will do different sort of projects that how do I say it, like of different sort of time to complete. Hello cringe, welcome, and hello atypical ice mage, welcome. What was I saying? I was wondering, like, if you guys prefer to watch a stream where the
Hoi!
painting is done very fast, or like, you want to see something that is completed for a long period of time. Like, for example, like a huge illustration with like very detailed background and stuff like that. Hello, Charizard. Welcome, welcome. Because like most of my paintings, I can get them done within at max maybe 2 hours. So like I just want to see like if you guys prefer that, or do you guys prefer something that is like super slow and you see like different areas of the paintings being worked on. And the character just want to see you draw. Okay, why not both? Okay, both is fine to me. I see, I see. I don't mind either because I'm mostly there for either the streamer or the art process itself. Right. I mean, I can do both, and uh, just because it's a quick drawing doesn't mean that I'm gonna end the stream. So, so you can have both, I guess. Basically, like a long stream with like a lot of like quick paintings, quick drawings. Depends on the artist for me, I think. Either or, I mostly like to watch others' workflow to study. Right. If that's the case, then I guess you would prefer uh my current like pace, I guess, is how I would describe it. It's like if you're mainly there to observe different artists' procedure, it means that like how I do my stuff would help to observe how I do things like more frequently. Because I do this for basically every picture. And if I go through multiple pictures in one stream, it means that you have more opportunity to observe how I do things. It helps me to pick up some pointers on the same art program and improve my own style. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. It's just interesting for me to know. It can also be like a pointer to what I should work on as an artist in the future. Like if you guys like have a strong preference to one or another, then perhaps like I know what I can work on for my future commissions or stuff like that, like personal projects. I think that like in the near future I would be a little more busy off screen though, off stream though. I don't know why I keep saying off screen. I should I'm trying to say off screen or like off stream, and then it just combined together and became off screen. Yeah, anyway, but I was like saying that because I think I would be busy on working on the comic stuff, and then there's also the Pokemon TCG coming, the competition, and I still have to work on some pieces to, to get my entry. Uh, yeah. So because for the Pokemon TCG competition, it says something about like how whatever you submitted, it has to be something that has not been published yet. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I presume that I don't think I can stream it as well. Like I don't think like anyone can see it before I submit it. So I probably cannot work on that on stream. But like all the practice pieces I can do. Like the market one I really like, but I don't know. I don't know if I have time to fully finish it. Good luck with that. Yeah, thank you. I don't I don't plan on like a like I don't plan on like just winning things, but at least like it could be exposure, I guess. Exposure, not the like traditional sense of exposure. Uh, what I mean is that like perhaps I can at least make myself present to the Pokemon art team or something like that. I think I think in the previous years, even though some artists did not win, let's say, um, some of them still got hired to draw some of the cards. So that might be interesting. Going back to the stream topic, right now I don't really see much anymore as I'm busy. But one I do try to catch every time is the secret cave. Oh, TSC, yeah. I haven't been to the streams yet. I should probably go there. What time do they usually stream? And is it on Twitch as well? Yes, he doesn't really have a time or date unless you get notifications since he's on Picaro. Oh, I see, I see. That's why I've never seen him on here. Understandable. And I guess like when I say like time or day, I don't mean specifically what time or day, but more so like I want to know like if he streams on a specific time zone or whether like I can catch his stream at all. Because time zone can be like that sometimes. Would be on here unless he does a safe work stream. And it's what time zone? I don't know. Okay, I see. I might have to like stream on Picado myself. I have a lot of like projects I need to work on. I'll have a look later. How I should plan my time. Lots of things to work on. Exciting new year, I guess. TSE is another artist I've learned a lot from. Pretty sweet guy. I see, I see. Yeah, hopefully I can catch one of them. This will do. Yeah, I like this one. I think he streams at least once a month. Picaro is fine, but Twitch is better because there is nowhere near as much buffer and lag. Oh, there is buffer and lag on Picaro. I see. I used to stream that before as well, but I don't remember it being too laggy. I usually associate that as like just my internet being bad. If you do catch a TSC stream, be ready to hope for a win, because there's always a raffle. Oh, it's fine. I don't think I'll be there to compete for a raffle. I don't really care for that kind of stuff. A raffle is fun if you win, he draws what you want, with probably some limitations, right? In my experience, people's interest just depends on if I'm being interesting or not as a stream host or not. That's usually the case, I mean. Oh, it's a kibble. I mean, that's basically what streams are, right? It all depends on like whether the streamer or like the stream content is interesting to them or not. On low energy, I just opened like 10 tabs of silence interrupted by insert sound here for 10 hours. Really? I don't know. I quite like this vibe though, it's just chill. I'm very quiet myself. I don't know, it kind of gives off the vibe of like you just sitting there and then watching your friend just like drawing and working on this stuff, and then you just like silently kind of like sitting beside them and then just observing, and then maybe a little bit of small talk, that kind of vibe. That's when I get sick of music though. Oh, I see. I so want to see I so want to win a TSC raffle. I'd love to see my squirrel in this style. I see, I see. Have you ever thought of trying instrumental music with a fantasy theme to listen to on stream? I don't know, maybe once I get tired of my playlist, I might try that. I can only send my playlist so many times while animating before I start seeing colors that don't exist. Right, right. Good thing I haven't. I'm not at that point yet. I mean, I guess like at that point, I can just try to kind of refresh my playlist, see if there are any new songs that I can add to it. Eh, why is it like this? Yeah, it should be this layer. What? What? What happened? I didn't. That's so weird. What happened here? Why is it like duplicated? I don't know what happened, but okay. Hello, Arky. Ako Bako. Welcome, welcome. I might join you guys on the New Year countdown stream. I think Kotsu actually invited me yesterday, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So, but should be okay. You guys will be playing that whatever game. What was it called again? What is it called? Gartic Phone. Right. Would be fun to I'll probably just be there to sabotage all your answers. Like, for example, I don't know, give me a prompt and then I'll do like the polar opposite of it. Please do, it will be hilarious, right? I mean, that's kind of my aim. It'd be fun. But then also like the only problem is because I live in the future, so I will actually be in the new year already when I'm counting down with you guys. Oh, hello Katsu, welcome, welcome. Are you guys going to stream today? I mean, which is okay. We can play with the jokes that I come from the future and stuff. Break time for you? Okay. Thank you for the follow. John Starlord Hufflepuff. Welcome, welcome. Oh, that's not a follow. Wait, what? Oh, that's also a subscription. Oh wait, oh, okay, what? How come it didn't show up on my dashboard? Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay, for your subscription. 2 month streak, yay! How come it didn't show up on my dashboard, but it's on the chat? That's so weird. I thought I was also working on emotes. Wait, let me check on my emotes. Oh yeah, there's a gasp one. I'll get back to lurking. Okay. All your lurkers out there, I appreciate you. Don't worry, even if you're not chatting or anything. I know you're there. I know you're enjoying the vibe, and I appreciate that. Well, it was late for me, so I better log off here. Till next time. Okay, okay. Rest well. I will probably be finished with your picture probably tonight, so I'll just send it to you off stream. You'll see it by tomorrow, I think. I should also speed up a little bit. I was actually so surprised how fast I worked the other day for. I should show it on screen. On stream. There goes saying scream again. On screen. On stream. So yes. uh, general. This one. I was doing this for Voidhound because I was popping onto his stream the other day, and it was his like Christmas special stream, and apparently it was also his birthday. Um, you just realized you are speed. No. But yeah, no, it's also because like I don't know, like I just realized that on the day, right, on Christmas Day, and I was kind of free, but I still have to go to like a family dinner, and so I'm like, I was already like thinking, oh, maybe I can draw something, right? Because you know, usually for a person to have their birthday also on Christmas Day, it would be kind of unfortunate in the sense that like, you know, a lot of people would just like give you one gift instead of like two gifts. You know, one gift for your Christmas or one gift for your birthday. They would usually just combine to one single present. So I'm like, oh, okay. I enjoy the vibe on this stream, and why not show some appreciation and do some art? And after dinner, and I was just hanging around with family a little bit, and it was already at around like 11 p.m. at on the day, but I think he's in the state, so the time zone is still okay. I think it was still his birthday, but yeah, it was already 11 p.m. for me, and then I started working on this pic, and surprisingly, I got it done by like 1:30 a.m. or something like that. So I got it done in like in 2 hours. So yeah, I was quite surprised by my speed, because maybe I was also a little confused because like these commission stuff, I have to go like after I finish sketching, I have to go back and ask what the commissioner think, and usually that time makes me confused that like maybe it takes longer than than it should. But yeah, yeah. I guess the advantage is that people will be more likely to give you one since it's double the weight now. What do you mean by that? Advantage that people are more likely to give you one. Give me what? More likely to receive a gift. Oh, you mean oh right. Maybe, I guess. But yeah, long story short, I prepared that gift super quickly, and it surprised even myself. And the both wolf look really cute as well. Unfortunately, that you may not get two gifts, but also increases the likelihood you don't get zero. Right. um, Thank you for the follow, Narakit, and also Cherry Blossom. Welcome, welcome. Hey, I like that locks. Right, yeah. You from Australia? Yes, I am. Although, like, I'm not originally from Australia. I'm actually from Hong Kong, and I moved to Australia maybe like how long ago was it? Like 13 years ago. So I'm like half Australian, I guess, is at this point. You definitely got the accent, right? Do I? I don't realize I have an accent because like usually people say that I don't have one. But yeah, I don't know. Australian minus the swearing. Yeah, I'm not that kind of like the bogus, I guess, is what they call. It's like the redneck of like the states. The bogans or bogas? I think bogan actually. Yeah, speaking of the speed, I should also apply that to all my other commissions right now. Like I want to work fast. Need to keep up that speed. I know that I can do it. Now that I surprise myself with that. Planning to visit a friend there next year, part of a student exchange program. Ooh, exciting. Which part of Australia? Melbourne? Oh, okay. I'm in Melbourne. Melbourne is quite fun. Yeah, you spelled it right. Melbourne has a lot of things that you can explore. It's not as busy as Sydney, but there's still plenty of stuff here that you can see. Um, some people say that it's kind of boring here, but it's probably like a less boring than, for example, Perth or Adelaide. Um, but it's less busy than Sydney, and it's also like it's all like in the middle. It's like average. Like for example, if you want like a lot more nature and uh, beach activities, then you're probably going to Queensland. Uh, if you want like a city vibe, then you go to Sydney. If you want a boring place, then you go to Perth. Melbourne is just like in the middle. Um, they do say we have the best coffee, and I don't know. Like even though I've been here for so long now, I still haven't explored the whole place. There are still like so many restaurants that I want to go to. Every single Australian I've talked to hates American coffee. Yeah. Apparently it's too sweet or something. And also like it's probably because we have like pretty good milk here in Australia. I don't drink coffee myself, so I wouldn't be able to tell. I'm very partial to Vietnamese coffee anyhow. I love that on occasion. Right, right. We do. We also have like a Vietnamese kind of suburb here, and if you go there, it's always like a pretty cheap groceries, and also like you can get banh mi, pho, and also like a Vietnamese coffee, and also what are they called? Sugarcane juice. Those are great. My parents also always go there too to get the Vietnamese coffee. They say it's like a stronger blend. It's perfect for basic coffee enjoyers like me. Okay. Like do you go to like Starbucks or something like that? We do have Starbucks here in Melbourne also, but it's not like huge. It's not like a huge franchise. Not to the extent of like America. I guess because like the competition here is just way too steep. I like my Starbucks latte. Kotsu is the basic one. Actually, really, the only place we get coffee is whenever we're at Vietnamese restaurants. Right, I see. Vietnamese coffee is really good. It's really strong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They some people cannot like some people think it would be too sweet, but I think it's a good balance because it's like bitter and also a little bit more sweet. So in in general, like if you compound both of them, it becomes more um intense, I guess. I thought I was about to sneeze, but it didn't come out. It's been a while since I've traveled to places. I kind of want to travel again. Perhaps, perhaps in 2025, maybe. Oh, hello, Mitten. Hello again. Did you go somewhere? I really want to go to Japan, and I won't really want to go to like a fish markets or something like that. Um, yeah, actually, one of the activities during Christmas is that the whole family went to like we call it South Melbourne Market here, and it's basically like we have two major like this sort of like markets here. One of them is called Queen Victoria Market, and the other one is like South Melbourne Market. It's kind of like the traditional market where there are like different booths and vendors, and they'll sell all sorts of stuff. Like for example, like a accessories or like belts or postcards, all sorts of stuff. And then there will also be like different food vendors, and they'll sometimes even have like night markets where they'll sell like a paella or like a pizza, hot dogs. What else? Like seafood as well. Yeah. So why we went there is mostly because like my dad wants to have some seafood, and so yeah, we went there to grab some oysters. Um, Unfortunately, though, this time in um South Melbourne Market, because like it was a Wednesday, and Queen Victoria Market was not open, so we have to go to South Melbourne Market instead. And I was looking forward to like get more scampies because last time I had it was in Queen Victoria Market, and the scampies were really good. They were served like raw, and it was like a sweet and a little bit of seawater-ish kind of taste, but not super heavy on that. If I have to describe it, it's almost like a creamy texture. It tasted a bit milky. It was like a a very good like a first tasting, and I really wanted to taste it again, but they didn't have it in South Melbourne Market. I don't know why. They have prawns, they have oysters, but they don't have scampi. They even have Morton bay bugs. There's no scampies, and I was really unhappy that day. But the oyster were still good, and my dad got some crabs as well. But crabs were like a pretty pretty troublesome to eat. Did I miss someone? Ah, thank you for the follow, Evil Mocha. Welcome, welcome. And what was I saying? Oh, I was saying I want to go to Japan. Yeah. It's like I really want to try some of the fresh seafoods from the fish market or something. Like if I were to go, I would probably definitely like it would definitely be on my list to like well, to visit. I'm also fascinated by like all the stationery stuff that they invent in Japan. So I definitely want to go to like some places where like it's just a convenient mall with like a floors of just like stationery stuff. Stationery and also like a home goods. That's a whole rabbit hole to go down. Yeah, Japanese stationeries. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what they have. It's not like I use stationaries that much, but some of them could be like convenient to use sometimes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why I mean that's why Daiso is like such a big thing.
Hoi!
Hello, Gao. Welcome, welcome. Daiso is fun. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about you guys, but like I'm talking about the stove here, but I don't know. I don't even know if you guys cook that often. But yeah. So my home, we cook a lot, and so the stove cleaning becomes quite troublesome for us. And what we usually do is that like if you cook a lot, not only will the stove top be kind of oily sometimes because of things like splattering around or
Hoi!
stuff like that, but also the hood where what is that thing called? You know the thing that you turn on so that the oil the uh, the hot gas and whatnot from cooking will be absorbed up there, like the hood, I guess. But yeah, that part will be oily, and sometimes you have to like take down the filters and just clean the oil that is built up there. Um, there's also like the wall part where some oil might get splattered over. Thank you for the hydrate, Max. And hello Z, hello Ethan. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and the oil splattering on the wall as well. And in order to actually help the cleaning process, we just like kind of buy stuff from so it's kind of like an aluminium kind of layer thing that you can just stick on top of the wall. And then for the hood where the oil filter is, you just kind of buy the other stuff that's kind of like a spongy layer thing. And then it comes with like a little magnet. And then you can just kind of like magnet it on top of the hood. You just cover the whole oil filter thing with the sponge layer that it comes with. And then you
Hoi!
every time it gets too oily, instead of cleaning the oil filter, you can just take the whole sponge layer out and discard of it. Do you have a picture of this kind of thing? Uh, I do. Let me try to find it. Because last time I was like buying it for my mom. Let's see, let's see. It's super convenient after we found something like that. Oh, I found it. I mean, I'll put it on the stream. It's this thing here. It's called a range hood filter. So it comes with like this kind of like sponge layer thingy, and then these here like these here, they're the magnets. You probably need more, but like you just kind of put the film of like the sponge layer thing on top of the oil filter, and then you just kind of like use the magnet to keep them in place here. And then every time it gets too oily, you can just like discard this whole sponge layer. You can keep the magnets for next time. But yeah, most of the time we'll just like buy 4 packs of these, and then it'll be enough for like several, maybe half a year actually. So you just like remember it's like range hood filter, and my mom particularly say that like it has to be thick type as well. And they don't cost that much. It's only like I mean it's Daiso, maybe like $3 or something. $3 for like super convenient. Why not? And then also for the stove top, instead of like buying stuff from Daiso, we'll just use normal aluminum foil. So usually you just remove all the metal like the separation thing, however you want to call them, and then also the things that the fire comes out from. Oh, that also depends on if you have the electric stovetop or like a gas stovetop. We have the gas one, so you just like kind of remove the framing of it, and also like the fire thing, and then you just like we will just place like aluminum foil on top of it, and then just cut out the circular bits where the fire comes out from, and then we put everything back with the aluminum foil still there, and it will work as some sort of like a layer to catch the debris, the cooking debris. And whenever it gets like too dirty, we'll just like grab all the aluminum foil and discard of it. That way you don't have to clean the oil out of like the actual stovetop. Because I've been to like some friends' homes for Christmas gatherings, and yeah, they don't have this kind of like things going on their in their home. And usually, like I see their stoves being super oily, and they're just like some very bad stains there. And yeah, if they use this tip, I don't think they will run into that kind of problem. It's just easy clean, and it won't leave a lot of stains. All around really good um, home improvement tips. Bet you didn't expect that to get this kind of tips from an art stream. Let's also talk about a ton of random stuff on the stream. I'm gonna call him out because like he doesn't talk about random stuff. He talks about like simping stuff. He talks about Natsuma-san. It's great though because like if if simping actually leads him into learning new stuff, then why not? You know, it's a positive thing. Like it led him to learn a new language, and like during that, it probably helped him train his legs as well, because he has to like do squats if he makes a mistake. So overall, I think it's a good thing, right? I'll teach him to improve his squat forms one of these days. To be fair, squat is kind of hard for beginner, especially like to ensure that your forms are good. Because like if you don't do it, um, if you don't do it with the muscle involved in mind, then even if you do the motion, it doesn't really help you train that much. They always say it during like the gym times, like what is it called? Mind to muscle connection or something like that. You kind of have to focus on like what muscle group you're employing and how you're using it during the time of training, or the maximize like effort to effort to result ratio. Like, if you don't think about it, you just like doing the motion willy nilly. Or sometimes like you see some girls in gym and they just like on their phone and just doing the motion. It doesn't really do anything. That just never works out right. I need to get back to working out as well. Yeah. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Waiting time. never expect to have Lil Nas, low-fi version of Lil Nas. What? What you waiting for? Let me add some blue at the bottom of the bounce light. I told you long ago on the road. I know what you waiting for. Ooh, we brought back. Man, they really should have introduced a bug dragon type at this point. There's so many different chances that they could have done so, but they never did it. We have freaking we have Flygon, of course. Like, Mega Flygon could have been bug dragon, and then we have like even this gen we have Hydrapple, or whatever it's called, and then there's also what is it called? The Slitherwings. Bug. It was bug fighting for whatever reason. I don't know where the fighting comes from. It looks more like a bug dragon to me. Why are they scared of a bug dragon? Like even something like maybe uh young mega. Young mega could be a bug dragon. It's a freaking dragonfly to say the least. Why is it not a bug dragon? Why don't we have a bug dragon? Why are they scared? Maybe not. Just start doing the highlights and stuff. I think this is done. Should I add more effects on it though? Maybe. Try some stuff. But I think this will do. Alright, let's save this. Move on to the next one later. Ooh. Wait, what? What is this? What is happening with this? Did I press something? Wait. Why does it keep like making me? Oh, that's why. I press keep original image. Okay, now it's good. That might be the coolest Grovyle leaf blade I've ever seen. Oh, thank you, Vera. I actually forgot something. Because the leaves when he's using leaf blade is actually glowing. So I should add that effect. You just got cooler, okay. Thank you, Komi. Did I actually change the line art color? Because right now it's a little too... Yeah, I didn't change it, that's why. So you see, like, I guess it could be an art tips. The line art right now is all black, like pitch black, like completely black in the zeros. And what it does is that it limits all the layer effects on top. I did some wait, where is it? I did some color dodge and stuff like that on top, and it only applies to things that are not pure black. And so you see these like pixels here. You see these pixels here? Like these ones cannot be converted by the layer effect at all. So it gives us this like weird pixely kind of effect, and I don't want that. And so that's why, yeah, because they're pure black. That's why, and that's why, as an artist, we don't like to use colors of the extremes that are like, for example, pure white and pure black. it leaves you with no room. I'm not saying that you cannot use those two colors, but you must know when to use them. Like for example, here, the outlines on like the white outlines, I purposefully used them because I want that kind of effect there, and that's why I wanted to stay there. And I used the pure white intentionally, but the pure black I don't want to use intentionally. I actually want them to be slightly more gray. And so now you see like the lines that was like a kind of pixely before. I can now use the layer effects on top. Like actually change with the layer effect. You no longer see those kind of like a weird pixely black lines. So yeah, next time you do something like this, I implore you to try out something that's not pure white or pure black. You just like give yourself a lot of freedom to play with if you don't do that. They can look really good when harsh and extreme is what you want, but that's not the case here, is it? Yeah, exactly. I usually like to use near black, but it's also easy enough to change the entire layer color at once. It is, yeah, yeah. But I just want to like let people out there, if they want to do art, to try not use pure black and white. And if you also use layer effects like me, you will see a lot of like a good results, I would say. Yeah, this one is done. Let me stop the timer. And then PNG and PNG is transparent. Okay, cool. And also the watermark. So this one will be the normal PNG. So one without the background. I might give them another version as well without all the effects. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Alright, cool. Speaking of like changing the color for entire layer, I'm not sure if you guys know about this kind of function, but it's actually uh built into CSP. I'm not sure about Photoshop, but yeah, you can actually do that here. You see layer color. If I press it, then I can change the layer color to whatever I want. Like so. I learned about this while I was doing animation, because like for different you can apply that to different layers as well, not different folders as well, not just layers. And this is particularly useful for animation because like we have so many different folders, and if you want to change like the different layers for the sketch, then this is the easiest way to do it. Let me upload this to Twitter. Oh, and also I need to throw this to the commissioner. Not sure where I can contact them there. What did I save? Brendan. Okay. Eh, how come I don't have them anymore? Did I talk to them on Twitter? I did. Okay. And this one. Oh, upload this to Twitter. And also Blue Sky, maybe. Thank you for the follow, Q10, I guess. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's move on to the next one. This one is here. And my reference. Oh, just a normal Charizard. I wonder what their gimmicks will be for the next generation of Pokemon. It's so sad though to to kind of say that, because like we all just kind of know that the terrestrialized gimmick that we have in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is just gonna go. It's just not gonna come back. It's just we're just coming to like expect this from Pokemon now. Like they always like introduce a cool gimmick, and then next gen is just gonna be gone. Fusions, Fusion. I don't know about Fusion. It's probably like too much like Digimon. Next gen it will be Gen 10 though. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something special about it. Like what if like Gen 10 is when all of the all of the gimmicks come back? Mega Dynamax, what is it called? Like Z moves, and also Terrestrialize. They all show up in the same gen. But who would have ever guessed hologram kaiju or type hats, right? It never would be a balanced nightmare. I guess, but did they ever really care about balancing? Pokemon 5D like Yu-Gi-Oh? That will be interesting. Killing me softly with his song. With his song, singing my whole life. With his words, killing me softly. With his song. I don't know. I just miss Mega. It feels, I don't know why they actually like stopped doing it. I feel like they actually plan to do more of it. Um, Case in point, Mega or Dinos, like randomly. Why is there only one Gen 5 that has a Mega? And then also like a Mega Diancie as well. I'm sure the next game is gonna be pretty dumb. I bet it's gonna just make the Pokemon big. I mean, Dynamax. But you're gonna give them to like give them the fact that they actually made some forms or what is it called? Gigantamax. That is fine. I can accept that, you know. But just making them big, I don't know about that. I guess like in a sense it also made a lot of the other ones that don't actually have a special form have their place in the meta game. So that's okay. Expanding on megas would have been so neat, even if barely a quarter of the cast might get one. Yeah. I guess that's why they didn't want to do it anymore, because like there's only a few selection of them can actually have mega. Powwow is the next give Pokemon machine guns. That would be fun, I guess. Megos were a little too edgy for Pokemon 2. Was it edgy? Was it edgy though? I understand that like you know the Pokemon franchise is more aimed to the children, but I just can't get behind treating all the players like a baby. I don't even think like the kids nowadays would like to be treated like how the game is treating us as a player. I don't know, Sceptile's Christmas tree tail was rather festive, not edgy, right? And Emperor's fabulous hair, yeah. I think I think a little bit of edge is okay. I just don't want to be treated like a baby anymore. Like, why do we still have to go to class? How's it going? Oh, I'm okay, Australian truck driver. How about you? Do you have a
Oi!
good? Do you have a? Did you have a good Christmas? Are you looking for forward to like a good 2024. Hello Nar, welcome welcome. 圣诞节快乐，好像过了，那就新年快乐，2024快乐，Happy 2024。圣诞节快乐。Class is just something that is pervasive across all Japanese media, though. Oh, okay. But I guess, but like they're usually high school. Pokemon though, they're treating you like kindergarteners. Why? I didn't even know about all the unlocks at the academy in SP because of the first chance I could get. I ran away though. Yeah. And the classes were not interesting as well. Like I sat through most of them because I want to get some of the things, but yeah, they're kind of boring. Left for work 12 o'clock Christmas Day. Okay. Happy New Year for 2024. Indeed, indeed. Like if I can say one thing that they did well with like the class concept still intact would be the BBQ quests. I hope that they actually like have that return in the next gen of Pokemon games, because that's how you do Pokemon classes, you know? Like imagine like the in-world Pokemon universe. If you actually want to have classes, it would be that kind of like practical class. Like you have some sort of hint and you go and catch like a specific Pokemon, or like you do some battles and you learn about type effectiveness. That should be the class in Pokemon universe, not just sit down and like learn ABC stuff like that. That's not how you learn in a Pokemon universe. At least that's not how I would design it. Like, sure, you can still have that kind of stuff, but not in a game. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part of Pokemon is the Pokemon. You want them to interact with the Pokemon, even during classes. That's how you make it interesting. Maybe they're trying to push like the trainers as well, but I don't know. Like to me at least, the trainers are usually not as interesting as the Pokemon itself. I mean, for Christ's sake, it's called Pokemon. It's not called Pokemon trainers. If you're more interested in the Pokemon trainers, you can play, I don't know, Pokemon Masters or something. Back in my day, you learned by being shoved out of your house at 10 years old. Defend for yourself against the universe, not sit in the classroom. I mean, it would make sense if in the Pokemon world. It's interesting that like in this gen that they like the gym leaders actually have like normal jobs. That's interesting, but I don't know. Like it doesn't really feel Pokemon-y to me. Hello, Miki. Ah, in a world where mankind is actually working with groups of like different species of animals, I wouldn't I wouldn't take up a job of, you know, like streamer or something. Like I don't know, or like an office worker. Like why do you need office working when you have a world that's just like when it's just like, you know, living with like magical beasts? and it never makes sense to me how strong the Pokédex describe a lot of Pokemon, and somehow they still have to work under a trainer's command. Like, what would be a good occupation if the Pokemon world is actually real? I would think like something like a Pokemon Rangers. Rangers would be a good job. Uh, what else? Photographer. Uh, what else? I don't know. I would imagine there would be a lot of adventurers or travelers. The Pokemon centers would be huge. Uh, crime lord. Yeah, why not? Give us more like interesting villains. Imagine a hospital worth of a Pokemon Center with hospital fees to match. I mean, yeah, that would be more realistic actually. Why do we get to use Poke Centers for free? Yeah, but then we'd have 10-year olds with level 100 starters taking down company CEOs every week. Gotta love when one wants to get a commission but can't do the payment methods an artist typically wants. Eh, it's too bad because like that's basically the internet things. Pokemon centers are free, but probably because there are more 10-year-old trainers than mature businessmen. No, I don't think we need to like care too much about the 10-year-old thing, because like that's I kind of see that as just like the game mechanic thing. They have to market it towards children, and that's why you're always like stuck as being the 10-year-old. But like in the realistic world, I think there'll be trainers of different ages. I mean, look at freaking Poppy. Poppy is like a 6-year-old, and she's in she's in the elite four somehow. But if the world is based around Pokemon, there's money there. Everyone is using Pokemon. Yeah. 10-year-olds these days can be pretty smart. I'm sure they'd wreck some adult business battlers. Some of them can, yeah. Realistic Pokemon world would likely have a lot of private land for Pokemon hunting. Probably like Safari, yeah. I just kind of like wish that they depicted the Pokemon fighting to be a bit more involved with the trainers. Like instead of, again, like as I said in the other stream, I feel like the current method of fighting for Pokemon is almost like the Pokemon's like slaves for the trainers. It's a little harsh to say that, but I think it's true because like you're not working with the Pokemon, you're just giving commands to the Pokemon. And I'm just specifically talking about the in-game mechanics, how they portrayed it in the games. Like usually you're not necessarily training the Pokemon, you're just like asking them to fight by themselves. And it's like over and over until they level up and learn new stuff, right? And so that you can command them more. um, I think they did it better, like for example in Spectro or in uh, even in Digimon World. I don't know about the other ones. I played the first one, so I just want to reference the first one, um, where the trainer actually instead of just standing still there and just giving commands every now and then, they actually have to run around the battlefield, and sometimes you'll get hit by the attacks from the Digimon or from the Spectrums, and I find that to be like it should be more about how Pokemon should aim the battles to be. So you can kind of think like the current Pokemon battle system, like the turn-based one, but also with a little bit of like a Pokemon Legends Arceus sprinkled into it. Like as a trainer, you also have to go around and dodge the incoming attacks. I think that would be pretty interesting. Like as an adventure game, probably, but not so much as an RPG game. I don't know. That would also explain why usually it would be only 10-year-old kids or like younger kids that are Pokemon trainers instead of like having like a middle-aged man or something. I mean, you can still do it, but like if you actually have to run around and dodge attacks, then it will probably be a bit too physically demanding for like a for older people, and that's why usually it's like younger people who who are Pokemon trainers because they're more physically active and stuff, right? Battling alongside the Pokemon might be neat, sort of like Astral Chain or I guess what Z Moves wanted to be, but more hands on. Never did get to play Pokemon Conquest. Uh, I don't know about Z Moves. Z Moves is just like your like I usually just see trainers, the Pokemon trainers in game, as like an avatar, and that's it. And Z Move is just like your avatar, like let's say doing some emojis. that's not how I want my trainer to be battling alongside Pokemon. I don't see that as battling alongside. And Pokemon Conquest is different. Pokemon Conquest is like a chess kind of game, like almost like a Fire Emblem. Hello, hello, Preceptress. Welcome, welcome. You also have a good day. I'm okay. Been busy with like Christmas and New Year's stuff. Gonna be with family and stuff, and that's why I haven't been able to stream. But yeah, today I'm quite free now, and just trying to catch up with all these commissions. Try to get as many done as I could. I hope everyone had a very good Christmas and holidays. Had a lot of fun gathering with friends and family, and yeah, hope for like a better new year. Don't forget to rest if I have so much work to do. Yeah, yeah. I try not to burn myself out. I quite like these portrait commissions right now. I think I can do a lot of them without burning out. I think like in terms of like getting burnt out, usually that's quite common for different artists. And I'm trying to think about like what sort of reason it would be that artists burn out. Of course, it's like varying for different artists and different people, right? And I think for me personally, maybe it's something like when I'm working on something that takes too long, or perhaps something like that has a topic that or a subject that I don't really care for or like. If I have to work on stuff like that, then it'll probably burn me out very very quickly. Even though like maybe I'm not very busy with them or like I don't have a lot of them to work on. So I think going forward for me, I should be careful of like what kind of job I accept, knowing that kind of parameter of like what burns me out. For these like gotcha portraits, I think it perfectly fits into like my profile, my artistic profile. I guess that's what you would say it. In that, like, they're pretty quick for me personally to do, and then they're also like a usually pretty interesting subjects. Most of the time, it's just like draw the Pokemon or like draw the furry character looking cool or cute or whatever, right? And usually that's like interesting enough for me to do. So even though I've how many have I done now? Like close like 150 of them now. I still haven't burnt myself out yet. I don't think I've ever seen an artist not burn out at one point or another. I actually like to take guesses as to how long it will be for an artist to face burnout based on their work. Let's see. I don't know about that. Like it seems like a kind of like a morbid topic. Like, huh, I see that you're you're making great art now. Let me guess like how long it will take you until you burn. That doesn't sound too good. But yeah, I get what you mean. That's why, like, as an artist, I think it's good to kind of like think back on yourself, kind of analyze yourself a little bit, and come out with like why why did like working on certain pieces burn you out, and is it worth it for you to do so like in the future? Like, is it good to keep um accepting that kind of commissions or like a that kind of like jobs if it's gonna burn you out, right? I often get burnt out, or maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know. Like, you have to be your own judge about that. But like, I think it's less about being lazy and more about you're just doing something that you don't like, and that's why you don't want to do it. That's how I read it. Of course, like you have to be your own judge about that. I don't know. I don't know personally how you work and what you work. What topic do you work for? But yeah, I'm just speaking about like my own personal experience in that. Like, if I'm working on something I don't like, certainly I'm I'm not gonna like try to do it more in the future, right? And that's why you would see the process of like getting yourself burnt out. That's definitely something for me to consider. I feel a lot the same about really big pieces. Reference sheets tired me out pretty bad. Right. Yeah, reference sheets are like that as well because like I usually don't do them because I know that reference sheets is like a huge project, one, and then two, it's usually something that you have to work alongside the commissioner because usually they haven't decided on like what they wanted. Like perhaps like you've already like come up with like an idea of what the character would look like, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it would match with what the commissioner wants. And so it's a lot of back and forth, and sometimes like even though you really like that idea, it might not be what the commissioner want. And even though like you really like it and you think it's a good idea, so I think that will contribute a lot to like why you're burnt out as well, because like oh like psychologically you think about like oh I came out with like an amazing idea, but it got shot down anyway, even though it's like a super good idea, but it got shot down only because it didn't match the preference of the commissioner. So yeah, I don't think it's like a very good cycle of for the psyches. Urban She's a low key difficult burnout hits hard with that one. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the reason why I do my art. Yeah. I got all these characters. I would not sentence someone else to the pain of drawing my refs. Yeah. I'm not saying that you should not like commission artists to do reference sheets for you, but yeah, I personally I wouldn't do them. It takes too much time. I don't think I have the capacity to do them personally. I'm pretty sure there's still like a lot of artists out there who are willing to do them, enjoy doing them, but that artist is not. Reference sheet artists out there, we love you. You're doing the job of the gods. I just got done with my squirrel refs, and that was downright painful. Actually, the armor. Oh yeah, armor. Like accessories, usually I'm okay with, but armors, I don't care to draw them. A full plate gave me all of a big right. Thank you for Cetrus for the hydrate. I personally like to draw organic shapes more, and so armors are just like not the thing for me. It's just like a very opposite of like what I usually care to draw or like am good at. Thank you for the follow, D phone. I think deep phone, deep one. Oh, deep one. There we go. Deep one. Well, welcome, welcome. What was I saying? Yeah, because armors are not organic shapes, and you have to be pretty good at like drawing, for example, boxes, and also you also need to be very good at texturing because armors are usually very reflective, and you need to know how to shade metals, and that's another topic, like a huge topic to learn. I'm gonna work on my metal shading. I want to draw more pics of her in her armor. Yeah, there'll be a lot of things to do. But yeah, the key giveaway is really to just like find what you enjoy drawing as an artist. And I'm a firm believer that like if you can do that, if you can find something that you're passionate about, I think like the audience will be able to feel it, and it will always like attract like-minded people. I think you don't need to like necessarily do things that you think people would enjoy. Like for example, always going for fan art and stuff like that. Like of course, like if you do fan arts, they'll usually garner more attention. That's just like how it is in the art industry. But like just because of that doesn't mean that you can't do stuff that you personally enjoy. Like eventually you'll find your group of people who enjoy the same thing. It might take time, it might take a lot of effort, but I personally think that you get there eventually. Working on anatomy is fun sometimes. I recommend doing like a pose or gesture studies. I learned a lot when I was doing that. I used to do them with Akipaki and also Kotsu. We used to like hop on the call and then we'll go like, oh, today we're gonna do some studies, and we'll like boot up one of those like reference websites, and they'll give you like a, for example, you can set the timer yourself, and like what was it, like 30 seconds per sketch or something, and then we'll draw a few to start the day. I think I credit a lot of like my current like posing successes to that, like to those kind of studies. I think it helped me out a lot. I always say that like actually as an artist, you like it's not only important to have good drawing skills, you also need a good pair of eyes, because the major thing to improve as an artist is that you must be able to identify what you're good and bad at, and then you have to identify what you want to improve on. And if you're able to do that, like if you're able to like see, like for example, oh, how I'm drawing hands right now is a little awkward. If you're able to identify that, you're already like one step ahead of us. In that, like, oh, you know that like you have problem with hands, right? And so you the next step would be you go look up hand studies, you do them, you practice them, and then you improve on it. Some people don't even realize that they have like problem with drawing hands, and that's why you need to train your eyes to be able to identify like what is good, what is not good, and after that you can realize on like what you yourself as an artist want to improve on. I just said like a bunch of word jumbles. I hope I made sense. I think the same theory is kind of like applicable to musicians as well, or singers. It's like you would imagine like as a singer, would only be you only need to be good at singing, but that's not true. Usually, good singers are also very good listeners. They have very like good skills in listening to the music or like listening to what they sound like through the mic. And if they're able to like listen to themselves and identify what they're good, how they sing, like whether they're good or bad, then it will help them improve a lot because they know what to work on after. Like maybe the high tones are like need a little bit of work, or like they can't really reach a lot of the low tones, and then they'll try practicing on them. And that's the same concept with like with us artists. You need to be able to identify visually what you're good or bad as. You have to work and practice to improve on them. Thank you. No, no. Yeah, I'm just talking to myself mostly, but yeah, hope the I hope the tips or whatever can help this as well. I don't know if that's weird or not, because like, would you call would you call it like a cerebral kind of thing? I think like I'm kind of a cerebral person, I guess. Like sometimes I will randomly just like think about like some very deep topics and would try to look for friends to talk about them. Like I like to psychoanalyze myself a lot. Like why did I do this kind of stuff? Or like why do I not like doing this maybe? I try to understand as much as my English allows. Oh, okay, okay, I see. Like randomly, for example, just now I would think about like why I burn myself out. Like, what, who would actually randomly just like think about topics like that? But I like to think about like topics like that, like randomly as well. I maybe I'm just curious. Like I like to understand why people do stuff, why I do stuff as a person. This kind of habit also was there when I was very little, actually. Um, Back then when I was very little, I fondly remembers that like I often miss out on a lot of conversations between people. Like my friends would be talking and I would just be sitting there silently on the side. Not because I'm shy to talk, but more so because I'm very busy thinking what I should say. And I found that like it's actually not very good because like I'm not enjoying the moment. I think too much ahead of time. And what I'm thinking was that like if I'm going to say, for example, is going A is going to like lead to uh consequence A, or it might lead to consequence B. And is consequence A what I'm trying to reach? And if not, then I'll like go to consequence B. And it's a lot of mental calculation of like what I should say. And then when I'm finished with like my mental calculation, the moment is already gone. Like the conversation is already over. And so like but I still enjoy that kind of like mental exercise of like what I would say would lead to what sort of reaction, or like what sort of like a response from other people. And I think it's still stuck now. It's just that like I'm no longer thinking about like just talking, but more so like what people are doing and why people are doing certain stuff certain ways. I like to think about that kind of stuff. I don't know if there are other people out there that are like me as well. I find that kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know. I like that. It helps me kind of like think about why people do certain stuff, and I can kind of like identify that, and then kind of like identify their motive and think about what they really want, even though they wouldn't say it in words. Like for example, um, my sister. I have two sisters, and the middle one, she's usually she's very easily misunderstood by other people because like a lot of people would think that even my close family, um, they would think that she's a little more troublesome because like they think that, oh, she's a little more calculating, she is a little more stingy or something like that. But to me, I don't think she's actually that way. Is like I'm kind of psychoanalyzing her as well, in that I think that she is more like she's not aware of it, even though what her behavior is doing might hurt other people or like might make other people think badly of her. She's not aware of it. Like she's just doing it like purely because she wants to do it, or she never thought about it. And so because of that, and I know her, that she didn't mean it like in a bad way. I quickly became like the mediator of in the family, like because I understand their motives. I know that when they're saying certain stuff, they didn't mean it a certain way, but the listener who heard what she said might interpret it the other way. And yeah, that's why I have to be there to like whenever they're talking about like important topics, and I have to like talk to them what they really mean when they say certain stuff. It's interesting to me. Thank you for the hydrate. I fondly remember one example for my sister. So at that point, she was dating her ex number two. No, no, wait, ex number three. And then, uh, one day she was like back at home. She was chatting with my mom, and then she was telling her mom, she was my mom, she was telling my mom that like, oh, I'm with my ex number three right now, right? And then she was saying that like, oh, my ex number two, invited me to see his basketball match, and then with my current boyfriend, and then she's like, I think I'm going. But then like my mom is like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, did you ever think of your current boyfriend and what you would think or what he would think? And then she's like, I never considered that. Like, it's not even in my on my mind that he would think about anything about that. But yeah, she's just that kind of person. She wouldn't think about like, she wouldn't be sensitive with like this sort of topics. Like, her doing certain stuff will make other people think a certain way. Like, if she would have went with her boyfriend to her ex's basketball match, like what kind of message is she sending to her boyfriend? Like, are you still with your ex or something? You know, why do I have to be in the basketball match as well? Like, why do I have to like see this match with you? And even if he doesn't have to be there, like, why are you still in a close, relation with your ex? But yeah, my sister's just like absent-minded in the sense that like she never thinks about things like that, and she would do it first before thinking about it after. And then one more thing would be like, this happened like maybe around a year ago. This is with her current husband. Uh, they were not married back then. Just one day randomly, she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna we're gonna get married." Then she would go ask my mom, and like, no, that's how she said it. Like, after a family dinner, she would go up to my mom and she would like, "Oh, mom, we're getting married. What sort of like a requirement do you have?" That's it. Like, that's what she said. And everyone back then was like shocked. It's like, we know that they're close, but we never expected them to get married yet. They just like randomly threw this question to us after the family dinner. And then what happened? And then mom was like, "What do you mean by that? Like, what requirement?" And then what my sister wanted was like, how Chinese people, they have a lot of different things that they have to do during a wedding. Like, for example, sometimes the husband is required to pay a certain amount of like money to the wife's side in order to, like, it's kind of like a wedding fee or something like that, to help them prepare for costumes or like jewelry, things like that, right? That's what my sister is trying to ask for. But then mom is like, since like you're doing this so suddenly, I don't understand what you're trying to ask me. And then it quickly turned into some sort of like an argument of sort. And then my sister starts crying. My mom is like still very strong with her words. And then you just like, it should be like a happy thing, a happy announcement. But because of their poor communication of like what they really want to say, it just turns into like an argument. And yeah, I like, they need to cool down for a day, and and then I asked my sister to come back again tomorrow to just like speak to me personally, like what she really thought. They're like a lot of like a, would you say drama, or like just like instances of like things like that I need to step up as like a mediator. It's like, I don't know, they're just really bad at talking sometimes. Ooh, hydrate again. or perhaps like maybe I'm just like a more logical person, and while my mom and sister are more of an emotional person, people. So sometimes like they just need that kind of mediator, people, the person who just like think of everything, that trying to make sense of everything, to be there to help guide their discussions. It's like my little bro, he's very level headed. Right. Good goodbye, I think. Good luck. Okay, see you. Thanks for coming, and thanks for hanging out. Hello, Spec. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, chill vibes. Total opposite from me, the emotional wreck I am. I see. I don't know. Sometimes I'm kind of I don't know. Maybe sometimes I wish I would be more emotional. If that makes sense. Because like I'm kind of worried that I'm too emotionally cold, in the sense that I don't show a lot of emotions very often. I don't know. I just don't feel very strongly towards things, and I'm kind of jealous of people who can express their emotions very well. Like if they're happy, they're super happy. If they're sad, they can clearly show the emotions. I don't know. I just kind of like don't feel that way sometimes. But like I maybe I feel that way, but I cannot show it very clearly. And I wish that like I can show my emotions a bit more. But I don't know. It's just not in my genes, in my in my vibe to do that. I don't know. It's not necessarily a bad thing either. It's just that yeah, I wish I could have showed more, if it makes sense. The other hand, though, I think it just means that I'm very good at poker, very good at hiding my emotions or not showing emotions. I envy level-headed folk. My emotions get out much. I just spin out of control and I make lots of mistakes. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but that's kind of life, though, right? It's like the conversation between, like, do you prefer to make the mistakes now and kind of just quickly resolve it and be more straightforward with it, or more so perhaps you hide that emotion, you hide that mistakes and never make a mistake, but then regret it later on. Regret that you've never shown that kind of that kind of emotions, or like that kind of love for anything, or anger, and just like sweep it under the rug and wait until the real problem comes out, and then regret that you didn't say something earlier. This kind of like topics, I guess. Thank you for the follow, Tian Xi, I think. Welcome, welcome. I guess like this kind of tendency, I guess, is kind of prevalent in the Asian culture as well. Because usually we're taught to hide our emotions a lot. Hello, hello. And I really don't know if like hiding our emotions is a good thing or not. I can't come up with a conclusion right now, but there's definitely a give and take with that. As we've already discussed, like uh, there's like a song about it actually. It says something about being heartbroken because you never show your emotions, you never show your love until it's too late, and it's mostly talking about like showing your love for, or appreciation for your parents, and like sometimes like you should like show your appreciation, you show your love more because like they're still around, and you shouldn't wait until you lose that chance and then you regret about it. But it very much goes against like the whole idea of like we should like always hide our emotions and and things like that. That's why I said I'm quite jealous of people who can show their emotions really well. I feel like you guys are the ones who really are living. Like even if you make mistakes, you can learn from it. You can fix it very very soon. But at the same time, like people know you. People know who you are. People know who how you would react to things. And yeah, I don't know about, I don't know if I can say that about myself. I'm spiraling into like these kind of deep topics again. I'm so sorry. I'm just rambling. But yeah, these kind of like random topics is what I would think about all the time. Just reflecting on like my humanity or something like that. Heat reflection while draw Pokemon. Exactly, yes. I mean, drawing Pokemon is kind of like autopilot for me already anyway, so it just frees up my brain into thinking like deep thoughts. I hope that's interesting enough for you guys anyway. I enjoyed this kind of like discussions, even though like I'm mostly talking to myself about it. I'm just rambling to myself. But yeah, I guess like it's interesting for me as well to just kind of share my thoughts about things like that. It's nice. Okay, it's a vibe. Okay, cool. Mom, I did a good thing today. Like, going on the same topic though, um, I always regret like not being the kind of person that can say things like, for example, I love you, or like I really like this, or things like that. Like I love that. I what else? I don't know. Like things that like I feel Westerners are very like can easily say, or like they'll just throw it out very easily. Like whether it's genuine or not, that's another topic. But I don't, for us, for me, I don't know. I don't know. I was about to say for us Asians, but I think that's like generalizing. I think like it's most Asians, right? But like for me personally, I find it very hard to like say those words. And I wish I could say them more. I wish I could like genuinely say them. I don't know. But like I guess like if those words actually come out of my mouth, you know that I would mean it. But how do Westerners do it? Like usually that's how I see it. Like the Westerners are very happy to share this kind of like emotions. Like, oh, I really love you. I really appreciate like your time being here. Things like that. Hugs and kisses. Things like that. Those kind of stuff is very uncommon in the Asian communities, I would think. At least from my own observations. I just carry around a flashcard with "I love you" on it to read off every now and again. I guess like a cute card. I guess that's a good thing to do. But then again, like if you're just throwing it out willy nilly, do you actually mean it? You know, is it actually genuine at that point? Thank you for the follow, Jesse Cloudtail. Welcome, welcome. maybe it also has a tie to different people's like love languages. I feel like an Aussie streamer. Yeah, yeah. Welcome, welcome. Good day, mate. Yeah, we're just being very chill here. It's actually about my dinner time, so I might not be able to continue streaming for too. I'll think about like doing more of these off stream. Perhaps like I don't know. Should I like even come back for a part two? I feel like most people will be asleep by then. I can try, maybe. No promises though. What was I saying? Yeah. Oh, okay. So I was talking about like how it seems like Asian and Western people like how they show their appreciation and love. We like as an Asian myself, I feel more reserved in this kind of things, and I wish I could be more apparent with my appreciation, like to be able to show to say like I love you and things like that more easily. I feel like it has a tie to like people's love languages. It's like maybe for Western people the like saying lovely things or like gifts or things like that are more prominent, and those are not as much in the Asian culture. I don't know, things to think about. It's definitely a cultural thing. Mm, perhaps. Also current people, but there'd be new people to watch, right? Yeah, I was like that in the past, so I made it an active effort to speak out more, and now it's much less of an issue. Right, right, right. That's kind of what I've tried to achieve in the future. Like, I want to be more emotionally open. I don't want to be like too reserved about things like that. I never really thought of it like that though. I can see how it would sting being a level-headed person like this. I always figured it was better being level-headed. But with family, you always get yeah, family is another thing. um, yeah, I think call me. I think it depends on the location. Yeah, I think it really depends on the location, like whether you want to be level-headed or not, or like maybe the topic of the discussion as well. Being level-headed like is great for example, when you're trying to solve a problem or when you're in a professional setting. But I guess I was talking more about like interrelation inter hey, what's the word? Like relationships in general, I think. Hello Ninvi, welcome, welcome. Like towards my friends, my family, I want to be more emotionally open. I mean, it's one thing to be level headed, but it's another thing to be reserved or like repressed almost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I don't want to seem like I'm just like closing down myself a lot or like trying to build a wall between me and other people emotionally, you know? Because I don't feel that way. I don't want to do that, but that's just kind of how I'm built, and I want to stop myself from doing that. It's okay. I like it. Oh, thank you, thank you. How am I today? I'm doing fine. Mostly just trying to catch up with all these commissions. I basically got a few days of like break from art anyway, so I'm fully healed. Just trying to get things done so I can like in 2024 I can start off new projects and work on stuff that I need to work on. Very pretty art you got going on right now. Oh, thank you, thank you. New Year break. Yes. I mean, I probably won't have a New Year break. I'll probably be working on a lot of things actually. What I have on right now, I think on my itinerary right now, probably the Pokemon TCG competition, and then also Tales of Elysian Volume 3 will probably start by then. Maybe I can work on like a new PNG tuber, like not like a brand new one. I'm just like saying like a new art of that, things like that. I don't know. It was a little weird because I've only been using this PNG tuber for like 2 months maybe. Yeah, I might update the look a little bit. Maybe a different pose or like different clothes. That's understandable, honestly. I want to update mine too, but that's 2024 me problem. That's like 2 days, right? I hope everyone is excited for 2024. New year, new me. Thank you for the hydrate mix. Sweet. Honestly, not sure about next year. I just finished uni and future is looking certain. Yeah, that's usually the case. Do I have for next year? Next year will probably mostly be the same thing for me actually. I'll probably be working on a lot of commissions because yeah, I still have to get through my situation right now. It probably won't go for another year. still a lot of hardworking stuff. But it should free up by 2025, hopefully. That's, I guess that's good news for you guys, because that just means like more art, more streams. Shh, Duffy, no more. Duffy, no more. Oh, I forgot to do the texture lines that I always do. We do more of these like lo-fi streams more often. I quite enjoy the vibe actually. instead of all the pop music that I usually play, this is kind of like a different kind of like enjoyment, I guess. Although it kind of makes me a little sleepy also. I do enjoy the lo-fi Joe vibe, yeah. It probably will be good for you guys who want to go to bed soon, but not so much for people who still want to uh, stay up because it this is probably gonna make them very sleepy. Way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. I feel like Charizard colors are way too desaturated. Looks better. Then add the bounce light. We'll use the blue in the background. me. Open up your hands and then you're free. Open up your heart and you find love. Let's sing, we're just one big family. It's our fate. I'm yours. There's no need to complicate. Time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Feel like the background could be a little bit of a different shade, like just a bit knocked down a little. Yeah, it looks a little better. It doesn't steal the attention from the main character. Now, do some dodging. Maybe I'll do it on the eye layer. It's dinner time for me. I'm gonna quickly finish this and I'm going to go ahead and have dinner. Man, you guys, you guys don't live with a family and don't need to like succumb to this kind of like sudden changes. But I do appreciate this kind of like a dynamic as well. I guess is how you would say it. How many people can say they can just finish work and a comfy dinner? You're probably gonna miss it until yeah before what I'm trying to say. You're probably gonna miss it if you have lost it or something like that. That's what I'm trying to say. So I shouldn't complain too much. Yeah, that screaming dinner time. I should finish it very soon. which is okay because I'm nearly done anyway. Mom is just coming up to call everyone to have dinner. But my sister's still in the shower. Still have a little bit of leeway to work, like finish this until my dad gets mad as well. Thank you for the follow, Aesthetic J Coyote. Welcome, welcome. I haven't done the highlights for wings yet. Just a little. Should get to finishing off my stream and look for someone to raid. What does the mission want for this? PNG and PNG file with, okay, cool, same thing. Oh wait, okay. Yep, okay, cool. I didn't know you have a Twitch channel. I remember following your ads for a long time. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the Twitch channel is actually very recent. I only started in November. That's why it's still relatively new. But thank you anyway. I should stop now though. Let me see if there are any artists out there that I can read. Bye bye. Who should I rate? Should we do some nums as well? What is he drawing? They're still drawing some sort of icon, I think. Yeah, let's go with some nums. Okay. Alright, I think I will still be streaming tomorrow. Probably same time as well, or a little bit earlier. And but I just noticed that my PNG tuber is actually kind of jumping up a little bit too much. Give me a second. How do I move it? Okay. That should fix it a little bit. Okay, cool. But yeah, let me put it on stream in. Yeah, thank you for everyone for coming. Hope everyone had a really good Christmas and hopefully a good New Year coming soon as well. I should be streaming again tomorrow, but if not, you can catch me the next day. Should probably be on Kotsu's stream, because we'll probably be doing countdown to New Year. we'll be playing some sort of like a, I forgot what game it was called, but like we'll be playing some games there. So yeah, you can catch me here again tomorrow or like the day after in Kotsu stream, and we'll be writing Somnums now. Hope to see you guys soon again. Really appreciate you guys hanging around. Thank you everyone for coming. See you guys soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.